Hello and welcome to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today is my 30th review and it's also the last in Season 3. So today we're going to be looking at an independently bottled Caol Ila from James Eadie. It is bottled at 46% ABV, it's non-chill filtered and it has no added colouring. So it pretty much ticks all the boxes for me. If you enjoy this video, please do subscribe and hit the like button. And also, if you've got any feedback, do leave it in the comments and I shall get back to you. So, a little bit about James Eadie. He was a brewer way back in kind of the 1800s, 1850s, and he established quite a significant brewery in 1854. Predominantly, I believe it was beer, and the family also had a Scotch whisky, a blended Scotch whisky recipe that was kind of going about, and these original bottles are still kicking about to this day. However, there's probably only a few of them and most likely they're going to be with family. They're going to be in the hands of family. So currently, I mean, it would be good to try one of those bottles. I bet it's some cracking stuff, and hopefully they've still got hold of that ancient recipe, or so they could reproduce it. I'd be quite interested to see what would happen. Currently, the CEO of James Eadie is a fellow named Rupert Patrick. Now, he has quite an extensive knowledge in the background of the whisky industry. He has been with Beam Suntory, Ian MacLeod, and also Diageo. So, extensive knowledge, good background, should be able to provide us with some good whisky. This 10-year-old has been matured in bourbon refill barrels, and it was only £44 I picked it up for at Louvian's in Cooper. And the reason I picked it up is because Stuart from Louvian's let me try a 9-year-old Caol Ila from Adelphi. It was 50% and it was £72, so almost double the price for a younger whisky. And at the time, I really did enjoy this whisky. I hadn't tried the 10-year-old and I didn't have the money at the time for the 9-year-old. So I settled with the 10-year-old because I thought I'd like to try that and kind of give it a little go. So we'll get down to the palate, the nose and the finish, and we'll see how that scores with the Adelphi 9-year-old. I want to see if this is anything on the 9-year-old from what I can remember. So, on the nose, there's salted ham. It's a real meaty nose, maybe salted gammon. There's earthy peat. There's also vanilla coming through from those refill bourbon casks. A little nip. And for some reason I'm getting something that I've never smelt before in whisky, and it's river reeds, very specific, I know, but that's all I can kind of justify or come up with. River reeds, kind of down by whether you're down by a river or a kind of swampy marshland. Yeah, quite moist. I know people hate that word. A dampness, damp's probably a better word. It is soft on the nose. You're mainly getting that salted gammon. There is a little prick on the nose, but it's still quite soft. I think the kind of, I wouldn't say it's harsh, but I'd say there's a little nip to it, and that probably comes from the peat. The palate. Initially I pick up charred wood, I'm not sure if the cask has been charred at all, but that's what I pick up initially. Then there's a sweetness, some sort of fruit, and I'd like to say melon. I'm not a big fan of melon, but it doesn't taste too bad in a whiskey. So there's melon. Once again, salted ham, salted gammon. It's really in your face. There's raspberry jam. The dampness is there again. And also I'm picking up coriander. It reminds me of a curry. Cause I can always taste the coriander's always really overpowering when you get a bit of it in the curry. So yeah, I'd say coriander. It's a simple whiskey, I feel. I'm not sure if that's a 46%. I mean, there's enough going on. The finish. The finish is medium. There's peat smoked fruit, possibly the melon again. A kind of smoked melon. Some black pepper, a little spiciness, and also a real salty, briny feel to the end of this whiskey. It's a nice whiskey. It's a nice introduction to Caol Ila, I suppose. I've not been one to explore Caol Ila enough to comment on it, but I think this is a good introduction to Caol Ila, and it will definitely have me buying more Caol Ila whiskey. More independently bottled Caol Ila, definitely. And I think I'll need to try and pick up that Adelphi. Compared to the Adelphi, I shouldn't really be comparing it, but compared to the Adelphi, it doesn't really touch the Adelphi at all. The Adelphi one's a lot better, and it might be because it's got that higher percentage ABV. You get the more flavours through. This is a nice whiskey. I would give it to someone to introduce them to peat and Caol Ila, but I wouldn't purchase it again. It's not that I don't like it. I'd happily drink this. It's just I feel like there's better Caol Ila out there. Like I said, a nice whiskey, an average whiskey, but I wouldn't buy it again. So for me, unfortunately, for James Eadie's Caol Ila 10, it's a whiskey bin. I'd love to hear if anyone else has tried this to let me know their thoughts on it, because I hope I'm not the only one that feels this way. It is a simple whiskey, I feel. Once again, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the content, please do subscribe. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.